Right now on Denver 7 News, the NCAR fire in Boulder County is still burning, but firefighters are making progress. We have the latest update on the efforts to contain it.
Fewer older Americans are having strokes, but the rate is increasing in younger adults. The risk factors driving this that you may not think about. And our warmer winters are causing a destructive bug to migrate north. The major implications that this could have for forests across the country and what scientists are trying to do to slow it down.
The city of Aurora looking to save water, but is ditching golf courses and even your front lawn going too far? Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Jason Grenauer. Firefighters in Boulder County are making slow but steady progress to contain the NCAR fire. Right now it's 35% contained and has burned just under 200 acres. All evacuations were lifted last night, allowing everyone to return to their homes. Fire crews spent the day trying to maintain those fire lines to keep containment and make sure the winds didn't flare things up. Officials say it's important to recognize that fire mitigation work now needs to happen all year round.
There's no longer a fire season is really the concern. Fires here, fire season's year round now. There's really no season. If there's not active precipitation or snow on the ground, as you can see, it's March. This isn't fire season per se, and we just had a 200-acre fire. So really the concern is anytime there's not snow, it's fire.
Fire officials are confident they will be able to contain more of the fire today, even with the stronger winds. A new proposal by Aurora's mayor would ban any new golf courses and grass in the front or side yard of homes, among other things. Mayor Kaufman says the ban would help conserve water in the city, especially as the population continues to grow. He says his ordinance would not apply to developments that are currently in the planning process and those who have plans approved before the end of the year. Currently, there is one golf course under development in Aurora that would be allowed to be built. For new homes, grass would only be allowed in the backyard and would be limited to 45% or 500 square feet, whichever's less.
I think that this is about leadership for the state of Colorado. The state of Colorado has a water crisis. I think as people become more aware of the fact that we have a water crisis and we have to take additional measures, I think they're going to support this plan on a statewide basis, not just in the city of Aurora.
The mayor says the proposal has unanimous support by committee members and will head to a study session next before a full council vote. And happening at tonight's Aurora City Council meeting, a final vote on the mayor's urban camping ban proposal. It requires a 72-hour notice before a camp on public property is cleared. The city would also have to provide people in that encampment an alternative place to stay. A new amendment includes providing storage options for those whose belongings are moved. Drivers were caught on camera last night doing donuts and blocking traffic at several downtown Denver locations. Cell phone videos show the group at the downtown aquarium parking lot, at 16th and Arapahoe, and at 20th and Market. Today you can see what's left over, lots of tire marks. Over at the aquarium, cleaning crews are picking up empty beer cans, and while the public isn't in too much danger around there, people living near those intersections worry somebody's going to get hurt.
I was just looking at pedestrians just like, please don't someone get hit, because it's in like 9 o'clock, people are getting at a bar, yeah.
The videos we obtained do show Denver police arriving and then that crowd dispersing. A spokesperson says no citations were issued, but called this behavior extremely dangerous. If caught, drivers could lose their license, pay a hefty fine, or have their car impounded. Ukraine and Russia will meet this week in Turkey for another round of peace talks. To end the war, Ukraine is prepared to make several concessions. The president says the country would be willing to adopt a neutral status and not join NATO. It would also keep its non-nuclear status, but only if there are security guarantees against future attacks. And Ukraine would stop trying to recapture territory in eastern Ukraine that's been held by Russian-backed forces since 2014. No set time for the talks has been announced, but they could happen as soon as tonight.
The number of people escaping the war in Ukraine is starting to slow down. Now, it's not clear if this is a temporary pause or is permanent, but the total number of refugees is now nearly 4 million, according to the UN Refugee Agency. Poland's taken in the majority of these people. Another 6.5 million people are believed to be displaced within Ukraine. Now, there is all kind of support headed into Ukraine from the United States and other countries, and now that includes innovative, newer medical products that are designed to help wounds on the body heal faster.
We take the patient's own blood at point of care in about 15 minutes and convert that into a 28 square centimeter piece of autologous tissue. and we implant that back into the wound bed. And the idea behind it is we're using the body's own healing mechanisms to basically trick the body to thinking a wound or a chronic wound is an acute wound, and it just starts the natural process over again of healing itself.
Medical company Red Dress shipped 400 of their Actigraph systems to hospitals in Ukraine. They provided us this video of how it works. Now, they're also partnering with Ukrainian doctors to teach staff how to use the system. Now, this is the first time the wound care system has been deployed into a war zone. It'll primarily help Ukrainian civilians with serious injuries and severe trauma wounds.
You don't know what you don't know when you deploy it to a new situation. So it's a good opportunity to learn for sure and understand how you could redeploy something in the future.
Actigraph is FDA cleared and used in some 40 countries. It's used in the U.S. in wound care clinics, operating rooms, and nursing homes. It is seen as a more successful way to treat complex wounds that can be painful and take a lot of treatment and time to heal. Now, there are clinical trials underway to use the same system to treat other types of conditions that might otherwise require surgery. Our country's top diplomat meeting with Middle East leaders today starts the news feed. Secretary of State Antony Blinken attended a summit in Israel with counterparts from Bahrain, Morocco, and Egypt. The group talked about efforts to reach a nuclear deal with Iran. Today, the next step in Supreme Court nominee Ketanji Brown Jackson's path to the Supreme Court. The Senate Judiciary Committee meeting to review her nomination after those hearings last week. The committee is set to vote next week with a full Senate vote following. Well, if you go to D.C., you can now take a tour of the Capitol. Today, limited groups can have a tour if they do register in advance. Now, these are tours that have been on pause since the pandemic began. ALS patients are hopeful about the potential of the FDA approving a new treatment this week, while some doctors worry it may be coming too soon.
Also coming up, it was an eventful Oscars ceremony to say the least. Coming up later, how the Academy is reacting to the Will Smith slap.